Vasudev. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So we are studying from 11th canto 20th chapter 21st sloka. Okay. 21st sloka. Avanti Brahmana's story. One miser Brahmana story is going to tell so many things. He is so miser, even so nicely eating for himself is also considering. He was considering its expenditure. He doesn't want to spend money for his own sake also. What to speak of? So celebrate giving money or spending money for parents or family members, relatives, and other sadhus. Such a miser Brahmana. So because of not having the sufficient piety, so his complete wealth is ruined because of thieves, because of relatives, family members, and government. Many ways, everything is completely is taken away from him. He became now completely a poor man. So why this story started? This story started because Uddhava was saying that. So Krishna is saying that if anyone is able to tolerate so much insult from these non-devotees or civilized men, so whatever they are giving in this material world, if they bear and if they tolerate those, and just if they fix in their goal, that is realizing the truth, then that is the ultimate thing. In this life, we can have many relations. Many people can come into our life, and we may think we may have hope, but the real hope should be on Krishna. Real hope is only the Krishna, and you cannot expect everything nice here. Everything here will be not nice completely. It's very difficult. So that's why. So one should tolerate all these insults from the material world. So for that, how to tolerate? So to this is a question asked by Uddhava. That's why Krishna is saying. So he wants to answer Uddhava's question by narrating the story of Avanti Brahmana, and also whatever the Brahmanas, the Geet, whatever he sung, whatever he expressed by using those words, sentences. Krishna wants to answer the Uddhava's question. So in that line, we covered till 20th sloka. Vidyanti bhrataro dhara pitara surudastata eka strida eka snigdhaha kakina sadya sarveraya krutaha. Even a man's brother's wife, even a man's brother, wife, parents, and friends united with him in love will immediately break off. They will immediately break off their affectionate relationship and becomes enemies over a single coin. एक कौड़ी के लिए पूरा लड़ाई. This is a material world. I have seen very practicalities. Even in my family, my father and his brothers all are fighting now also. That's why 1 month I was there because of this. For a small piece of land, there is a big fighting. Okay, continue from 21st sloka onwards. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let's finish 2 chapters. Krishna, please give the energy. This chapter and also next chapter. In this chapter, commentary is not there, so we can fly with our wings as much as possible. अर्थेनाल्पीय साह्येते संरब्धा दीप्तमन्यवः त्यजत्याशु स्पृदोग्निन्ते सहसोत्सृज्य सौहृदम्. For even a small amount of money, these relatives and friends become very agitated and their anger is inflamed, acting as rivals. They quickly give up all sentiments of goodwill and will reject one at moment's notice, and even to the point of committing murder. So that's this Brahmana. This Brahmana, after everything lost, that means he lost everything and he's on the road without anyone's support. No one is there with him. His family, friends, everyone left over him. So that's why he's thinking like this. These all friends, all relatives, and all family members are very dangerous. They're only for their own selfish reason. Even if you die, they will cry only for their future, what will happen. If my sisters were crying when my mother left, I asked why you are crying. They said, who will do marriage for my sons and daughters? If my a mother is not there, then who will guide us? I'm alone. I'm alone. This is. She's not crying. The separation, that means out of love. No, out of need. Out of her need. Huh? That's very funny actually. Crying, they will be shouting loudly, and that means what they are missing, they are. Then I thought this material world is very dangerous. Of course, we cannot expect any material help from the devotees. I also saw that devotees definitely will not help in the material way, because they will take care. They are meant for the spiritual progress. They will take update of spirituality. That's fine. At least they do that. If you don't come for Mangalarti, so after 1 or 2 days they will ask. They are taking care of spiritual health, and we cannot expect any material help from the devotees. So at least everyone should feel like that. So whatever we are getting that way, that we should be happy. But from the material world, you cannot expect material help. That is sure. Yes. So this is a very horrible situation. It's not that in this Kali Yuga, every time this is only same. This what? What do you think? This message is only meant for Kali Yuga? No. For every Yuga, all the family relatives all are same. Everyone wants. They are all conditioned. You cannot expect a perfect love from them. I saw actually love of mother, love of father, love of sister, brother, everyone. I don't have a wife anyway. So but but I saw other all loves, all are bogus. Yes, it's completely bogus. Please, selfish. Yeah. Yes.
As long as one earn money,
But I
everyone
saw
wants to do.
actually, yeah, parents. I don't know. They have the actually mother and after that father. In this middle world, the most, that means loving species. So who you love you means that is parents actually. They do that. Even you are in a worst condition, you are not supporting them and you are not giving a single penny. And you are in a pity condition, your dhoti is torn and you are not having the proper, so things, your health is not good. Immediately they respond actually. Maybe our community people may not observe that much, but parents, I don't know, because of the, that is also too much affection actually, because of their expansion of their body. So that's because of out of bodily affection. So they have. So that's why anyway. So, but if you ask what is more dear to everyone is who are in the material consciousness, for them the most dearest one is what? Their body. If the little bit is increased, then their mind, then their soul. But what is the unconditionally lovable object? That is Krishna. Of course, we didn't feel much, but Shastra is saying, based upon Shraddha, we can at least. Labdva janmamara prathyam manushyam tadvijagryatam तदनादृत्य ये स्वार्थम gnante yantya shubham gatim. Those who obtain human life, which is prayed for even by the demigods, and in that human birth become situated as first class brahmanas, are extremely fortunate. If they disregard this important opportunity, they are certainly killing their own self interest and thus achieve a most unfortunate end. Yes. So this human body is very, very. So yesterday, few days before, we were saying the human body is like a boat. Yes, human body is a boat. Ocean is material ocean. This ocean is compared, and the captain is, who is the captain? Guru, spiritual master, and that, so the favorable winds are mercy of the Lord, are the instructions of the Lord. So by using this boat, what you should do? You have to dive in this material ocean and cross. But if you don't do that, and if you enjoy there, then finished. So even people, that is not possible in the lower body or in the higher body, because we are completely so forgetting the everything because of heavy distress and because of heavy happiness. But human body is making to realize these miseries of this material world nicely, and it will not too enjoyable and it is not too painful. That's a good human body is best body. So that's why and in that human body also one is getting the so brahmana life. Then if they disregard this important opportunity, they are certainly killing atmaha. So they are killers of the soul. Next, स्वर्गापवर्गयोर्द्वारं प्राप्यं लोकमिमं पुमान् द्रविणे कोऽनुषज्जेत मर्त्योऽनर्थस्य धामनि. What mortal man, having achieved this human life, which is the very gateway to both heaven and liberation, would willingly become attached to that abode of worthlessness, material property, gathering money, 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 money. All the countries, now you see world politics, everyone is running after their financial stability, money, 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 completely. Big, big leaders, Jinping, Putin, Zelensky, all. So all these big, big leaders, they are all so sanctions, this sanction, that sanction, how to crush. What is foolishness is going completely. If still a Prabhupada is now, so he might have blasted off all of them, the sword of the knowledge. So, but we are not able to do that. So we should. So this is the situation actually. The whole society is running after the economical growth. So that's why after getting this human body, one is just trying for this. Similarly, wealth should be used to build temples. Okay. So running after the wealth is completely a waste of the human life. Devarshir pitrubhutani gnatin bandhuscha bhaginah asamvibhajya chatmanam yakshavitta patatyadaha. One who fails to distribute his wealth to the proper shareholders, the demigods, sages, forefathers, and ordinary living entities, as well as his immediate relatives, in laws, and own self, he is maintaining his wealth simply like a yaksha and will fall down. So that means every wealth, that means having their own, everyone is having the share on your wealth. This much for the demigods, rishis, relatives, family members, for yourself, so and for the Supreme Lord. So everything according to the Dharma Shastra, it has to be given to the certain portion to the certain people. If we Avanti Brahmana, what he did, he didn't do that. So that's why he lost his piety, and that's why he became poor. So one who doesn't share his wealth with the above mentioned authorized persons and doesn't even enjoy wealth himself will certainly suffer unlimited problems in life. Yaksha vittaha. Wealth is simply like that of yaksha. So yakshas, they are protecting, that's all. But no enjoyment. There is no enjoyment for him, simply because he didn't share. He's keep on saving, saving, saving. व्यर्थयार्थेहया वित्तं प्रमत्तस्य वयो बलं कुशलायेन सिद्ध्यन्ति जरटः किं नु साधये. Discriminating persons are able to utilize their money, youth, and strength to achieve perfection. But I have feverishly squandered these in the useless endeavor for further wealth. And now that I am an old man, what can I achieve? Two cabs finished. The villages, people earning, my grandfathers earned so much money. And they didn't eat. They used to eat only the pickle rice. Pickle rice whole life. And finally dead. Then their sons, they started ash. So enjoying that money from the day one. This simply. So they are saving for whom? So greedy. So in the previously we have seen the greed for wealth is the cause for all bad qualities. In the previously, in the 18th and 19th sloka, theft, violence, speaking lies, duplicity, lust, anger, perplexity, pride, quarreling, enmity, faithlessness, envy, and the dangers caused by women. Women also, if you don't have wealth, bus, nobody will come to you. If you want to be brahmachari, be a poor brahmachari. Nobody will, even you run behind, then she will never come. This is sure. If you have either skill of the good singing or preaching, they may get little attraction. Otherwise, why you are feeling? Why you are feeling for that? So, if you are normal brahmachari, nobody will. I for sure actually. Huh? President, yeah, president also don't care. It's a good. Yeah, you'll be very safe. You'll be very safe. Nobody will dare actually. So, buda, kisko. That's right. But if you have enough money, wealth, at any time it is dangerous. All the problems will come from there. From the wealth. All problems because of wealth. Next. So that's why this person is lamenting now. I became old. I didn't do anything for my spiritual progress. Completely wasted my life just gathering. Definitely, as much as time you have punya, that much time only money will be with you. Money is very, very chanchala, flickering. You may not think how it will go. It will go away. Definitely. Many people I saw in my life itself, they became very poor, and also poor became so rich. It's just a game actually, lottery game type. Just if you have previous piety, lot of money will come without knowingly. But yeah, that is a very, very unstable actually. Kasma sanklishyate vidvan व्यर्थायार्थे हया सकृत kasya chinmaya nunam lokoyam suvimohitaha. Why must an intelligent man suffer by his constant vain efforts to get wealth? Abhi realization aa gaya. Now he got the realization. Why must an intelligent man suffer by his constant vain efforts to get wealth? Indeed, this whole world is most bewildered by someone's illusory potency. So actually, we are also in the illusion, but if we come out from this illusion, then we'll be in the real peace actually, the real peace. Then you'll be seeing like a small children. So they are fighting for small things. If you see their illusion, so you may laugh. Similarly, so once if you come out from this illusion of this material world, wealth, name, fame, prestige, then it's nothing actually. No anxiety, no tension, no fear, nothing. Completely free from all of these things. Kim danaihi danadairva, kim kamairva kamadaraituta, mrutyuna grasya manasya, karma birvota janmadaihi. For one who is in the grips of death, what is the use of wealth? Are those who offer it. Sense gratification are those who offer it. For that matter, any type of fruitive activity which simply causes one to take birth in the material world. Kim danaihi danadaihi va. Kim kamaihi va kamadaihi. Mrutyuna grasyamanasya karmabihi va uta janmadaihi. Because this life is mrutyuna grasyamanasya. We are swallowed by death. So then for that person, what is the use of this wealth? And the person who gives the wealth. Dhanadaihi, dhanaihi. So what is the use of sense gratification, or who offer those? Are those who offer. So all are, so at one day finished. नूनं मे भगवान् स्तुष्टः सर्वदेवमयो हरिः येन नीतो दशामेतां निर्वेदश्चात्मनः प्लवः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Hari, who contains within himself all the demigods, must be satisfied with me. Indeed, he has brought me to this suffering condition and forced me to experience detachment, which is the boat to carry me over this ocean of material life. So, he lost wealth, and all of a sudden, how he got this realization of Hari? Actually, he also got the association of devotees. Without association of devotees, he cannot say this point. Yes? Anything commentary is given? 28 sloka. Idanim sampanna vivekaha samhrushyan aha nonamiti tribihi yena pritena atmanah plavarupo nirvedascha bhavati sa harihi me nonam prita iti. He didn't write. Baba. Where is Baba? Baba. Huh? Huh? Rest le rahe sab log. No, nothing. Why they are not commenting? Nonam iti tribihi. That means now, actually in these three slokas, 28, 29 and 30, by these three slokas, this Avanti Brahmana is now, so till now he was in depression. Now he is coming to the positive side. Yes, anyway, good. This is a positive thing. I got detachment because of this incident happened in my life. Good. So like that, in the coming slokas also, he is feeling, like Anga. Initially, he felt very bad because of Vena. Then after that, he started enjoying. Good. In our life also it happens. Huh? Tirumala. When you didn't get something, then for initially you'll be feeling bad. Then after that, good. I should not have attachment for anything. Yes. Like that. Good. Everything is good. No gunadosha for the devotees, Ananya Bhaktas. They don't have any gunadosha because everything they see in the favor of devotion. All material, spiritual, everything in the favor of devotion. But we are not in that. That's why we have problem. Soham kalavasheshena shoshayishengamatmanah abramatto kila swarte yedisyat siddha atmani. If there is any time remaining in my life, I will perform austerities and force my body to subsist on the bare necessities. Wow. Without further confusion, I shall pursue that which constitutes my entire self-interest in life, and I shall remain satisfied within the self. This, wow. Let me completely aloof from all of these things. He got full realization now. Before he was, for a single coin, he was running behind this dead body and counting all those coins. And what he didn't do actually. Nice, in the shop, all the nice sweets are there, but he's standing in front of that and he's feeling that he's eating, and he didn't eat. Such a things he did. And such a person now he got this kind of realization. He lost everything. Finish. Tatra mamanumoderan devas tribhuvaneshwara muhurtena brahmalokam katvanga samasadhayat. Thus made the presiding demigods of these three worlds kindly show their mercy upon me. Indeed, Maharaj Katvanga was able to achieve the spiritual world in a single moment. Second time is coming. There Sukadeva Goswami said in the second canto. Here he also saying. So at least, yeah. Now onwards, I will spend my life completely for Hari. Maybe this demigods. So because they should not create any obstacles. Please. Already. So you all did a good thing. Because I didn't give any offerings to all of you. You took away. Best. Don't do another Vigna. Because he changed, na, maybe they start giving back. He's becoming a good man now. So that's why you should not. Tribhuvaneshwara Indradhyah Anumodairan Ma Vignan Kurvanti Ityartha. Nanu Tadapi Swalpena Kalena Kim Sadayishyasi. So that means, hey Buddha, that means you are already old man. What can you do now? Already you wasted your whole youth and money. But Buddha is saying, this old man, hey, Katvanga, just a moment. He achieved. I have even more time. I will achieve. This is the hope. This is the hope he's having. He's not worried about that. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Itya Vipretya Manasa Hyavantyo Dvija Sattamaha Unmuchya Hrudaya Grandhi Shanto Bhikshurabun Munihi. Lord Krishna continued. His mind thus determined that most excellent Avanti Brahmana was able to unite the knots of desire within his heart. He then assumed the role of a peaceful and silent sannyasi mendicant. So he became Muni. He became Muni. Where is our Muni? Already 11th canto over, but Muni is not there. Muni took sannyas. Our Muni also took sannyas. My dear, he will get certificate in the next batch only. because because whole 11th canto he missed, 12th canto missed, 2 cantos out. So Muni will get Siddhi from next batch. 2047. 2047 he'll get. Like 1947. Independence you'll get. 2047. Okay. Let us see. So Krishna continued. His mind thus determined. No, yes, I have to achieve. So my final goal. Excellent Avanti Brahmana was able to unite the knots of desire within his heart. Hridaya Granthin Ahankaram Amaraka Amakaran Ahankaram Amakaran. He became Bhikshu. That's right. Avanti Brahmana. Bhikshu's Gita. Bhikshu Gita, you can say. Such a realization, you see. Sachachara mahimetam samyatatmendriyanilah Bhikshardham nagara graman asango lakshito vishat. We already read what is the lifestyle of a sannyasi. Sannyasis, they go and beg where? In the rich houses? No, in vanaprasthas. Already vanaprasthas are themselves are type of beggars. They always collect the leftover things on the in front of marketplace and also in the fields. And what they brought, from that you should beg. Then that is the purest thing. Then you don't get any karma. But if you get from the big rich business people, then you'll get a lot of karma. And all the sin, whatever they do in their business, just take it. Take some portion of my sin too. If someone hard earned, just they flow their blood to earn that 1 grain, and from him if you beg, then that is perfect. Collect 1 single rupee. Don't get crore rupees from one person, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Then it will be good. It will be good. If you are fully on the transcendental platform to accept everyone's sin, that's good. But don't destroy others' sin by bhakti. Even if you accept, you suffer it. Don't destroy that with the bhakti.
Suppose a devotee is constructing a temple, Prabhu, and there are 2 cases. There are 2 devotees who are constructing temples. One devotee is collecting the fund required for the construction from honest people who are earning by honest means, fair means. And another devotee is collecting funds randomly. Means is not bothering whether the fund is coming from a fair means, the honest means, or dishonest means. It's black or white. It does not care. So now both constructed the temples, but what is the difference?
Both together are constructing.
Definitely constructing in 2 different places.
Yeah.
2 different temples are being constructed. One is being constructed by fair means. Fair means in the sense that is collecting funds from honest people who are.
Yes, understood. Yeah.
And another is indiscriminately is collecting funds and is involving all the sinful people.
Yes.
So what is the difference?
Yes. if everything is used for the service of the Lord, there is only the one way. Then how the sinful people will be, because until unless someone will not take the, so because somehow they has to be engaged. So it's good. It is also, if they take that money and completely use for the service of the Lord, that's construct temple, whatever you said, that's fine. So it will be going into the fire. Actually, that fire will purify that. But when we take for ourselves, you will be finished, because you have to burn it. You may get the money, you may get the nice facilities, they may give AC, they may give nice clothing, this, that, facilities, car, so many. When you are taking personally, you'll be finished. You'll definitely finished. Until unless, yeah, you are in that level to burn that. It's very dangerous. And if you eat, every day he's bringing sweets for you. Eating, eating, eating. And he's doing a lot of business, nonsense business, and brought for you. Then what will happen? There's definitely there is effect. And you say that you'll offer it to the Lord. But if you offer to the Lord, then you have to distribute that. And we have to see whether we have attachment. Attachment is my sweets, my donor give, mine. Then gone. What is this? Then you have the attachment, and then you are so having the karma buddhi only towards that. Then that will definitely harm. It's definitely harm. So that's why mendicants means they should accept only very little. So as per their, just they may collect money for Krishna. So previously we have seen collecting money for the Lord is also artha. That means dharma artha. In the previous sections only we studied. So artha, collecting money for the Lord is also spiritual. That can be done. So but not for the one's own maintenance of this body. So if you maintain this body with that rich people's money, completely finished. There is no doubt in that. Beg from the very poor people actually. Poor people means not poor, who are righteous people. Righteous people. Accept from them only donations for your sake. Like clothes, this, that. So, but we are doing the sinful activities. So we should not get allured by those kind of people's money. No. Be away from that. Don't get attachment. Definitely it will harm after that sometime. Genuinely we should be. Even if someone give, then donate that to others. So because at least load will not be on one person. Huh? Nah, if he enjoys, then I'm saying collecting, keeping his own back balance, collecting from the rich people and keeping his own balance and increasing. That means whatever donations are coming. So from Middle East rich people, they give you a lot of money and keeping in your own bank balance and different. If they are completely using for the Krishna service, so without discrimination of mind, completely as a surrendered soul, then he will not get anything. Krishna will take care of that, because everything Krishna can digest, but you cannot digest, we cannot digest. And also mainly our prasadam also, that's the problem is, if they offer very purely to the Krishna, then Krishna will accept. Otherwise, we have to suffer. Chalo. 32 है सचचारा हो है ना he wandered the earth, keeping his intelligence, senses and life, air and श्लोक नहीं हुआ या होगा श्लोक air under control. To beg charity he traveled alone to various cities and villages. He didn't advertise his advanced spiritual position and thus was not recognized by others. To beg charity, he traveled alone to various cities and villages. ऐसा नहीं कि charity, now his business became charity. No. Just, how many houses a sannyasi can beg? Only 7 houses. Studied na recently. Sannyasis. 7 houses maximum. If you get okay, first preferences should be given to the Siloncha Vritti. Vanaprasthas. Who are the Vanaprasthis? You should go to these people who are very poor. No? Because they are picking whatever is fallen on the road. So that's why they also explain this reason is this one. There is no effect of karma on that. అడుక్కునేవాడి దగ్గర గీక్కునేవాడు. So next, after otherwise, then Brahmanas. If they are not there, then go to the next. That's so Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, next Vaishyas. Kshatriyas, you should not go. They will give a lot of opulence. Then you have to distribute that also big business. Instead of meditating on yourself, you will be full of this constructing ashram and big problem. It's okay. Tam vai pravayasam bhikshum avadhutama sajjana društva paryabhavan bhadra bahvibhihi paribhutibhihi. O kind Uddhava, seeing him as an old, dirty beggar, a rowdy persons would dishonor him with many insults. Asajjana. Asajjana. Brahmana is not rowdy. Asajjana, rowdy persons, would dishonor him with many insults. Like our Jadbharat. Anyway, next we are going to start in the Bhakti Vaibhava batch. Jadbharat. Our dear Jadbharat. I like that Jadbharat. Really. It's very difficult. It's impossible. Jadbharat is so stable actually, so reactionless, fully situated in the Krishna consciousness. He always meditated on the Krishna in his heart. That is the quality of Jadbharat, like Shiva. So that's why this also Avanti Brahmana is getting a lot of, like Sukadev Goswami was going and Piche, backside all the children are running. Like this. It's like this. Kechit trivenum jagruhure kechit trivenum jagruhur eke patram kamandulam petam chaikaksha sutram cha kantham chirani kechana pradaya cha punastani darshitanyadadurmune. Some of these persons would take away his sannyasi rod, and some the water pot which he was using as a begging bowl. Some took his deerskin seat, and some his chanting beads, and some would steal his torn ragged clothing. Displaying these things before him, they would pretended to offer them back, but would then hide them again. Hey, like this. Lelo, aja. Tirumala used to do like that in childhood. Huh? Tirumala, yes. No comments. Okay. Serious. Okay, leave it. Okay. They used to take. Anyway, Tirumala and myself, we are going to begging in July. We are going, na? June. अरे जून कहाँ है? जून तक इधर रहेंगे. Tirumala is having a great experience. He traveled from South India till Kashmir, Vrindavan, Kanyakumari to the Pandaripur, till Pandaripur, by walk and begging and coming. He did like this, just to get this some realization. Yeah. He's a great austere and sadhu. Yes. He's a Naistik Brahmachari, being a Naistik Brahmachari, begging from the society and living. He looks like like this way, but actually he's a inside fully so renounced completely. That's why he's remembering his days. Why? But they didn't do like this, na? To us, no. No? Two places they did. Yeah, some places it happens actually because people are not in same consciousness. Some people they are against to the our Sanatana Dharma also. Yes. Mike. Tirumala is sharing little experience from his travel actually. So please, everyone here.
I was there somewhere in Karnataka, one South Karnataka village.
Yeah.
So that place, little bit like a cherry place. You know,
Christians.
cherry means yes.
Yes, yes. Schedules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of place. There also one small temple is there.
Yeah.
Demigod temple. So I asked the local people. They said you can stay there. Then I was just sit down and I was taking rest. At the time, I was just having only one
Uttari. Yes.
So, that time also that Brahma thread is there.
Yes.
So some
recently about 2 years back.
So that locally one drunkard person saw me. So he saw that Brahmin thread. Then immediately he got angry. Then he come and he asked me, "Who are you?" Brahmana. Okay. Then he was started quarreling with me. Slowly he was want to fight with me. And then suddenly some other people came. Then they took him away.
Yes.
Otherwise, the 4-3 are together. They want to fight with me.
Yes. Varieties of people are there in the society. You cannot expect everything. Yeah, a lot of experience. Yeah, okay, share. Acha.
In Radhakunda, while we are doing parikrama, one drunkard person, we are walking. He come to just
near Tirumala.
Accidentally, he
close.
Yeah,
he came close to.
टक्कर लग गया.
अच्छा.
हाँ, तो वो ऐसे पीछे हट गया. Then he said, तुमने बहुत करंट है हाँ बाबा करके वो चला.
करेले.
Current.
Okay, enough. So yeah, we can have this, but Prabhupada's mission is a preaching mission. So for preaching, while preaching, we can go, we can do. But now Padayatra is stopped, na? Padayatra going. I think it is still stopped actually presently. Is for a few months because they don't have manpower. Manpower is not there. Nobody is interested. So many Prabhupada initiatives are becoming old. Getting old actually. This will happen.
Every brahmachari, they have money because they have their experience, because the early day they join in temple, after they get some ill or some fever or whatever, the temple is not take care, then they immediately they thought, then if I go back home, then they don't accept, because when you was in young but you didn't serve us, and after that you join in temple and now you are coming back to home, and then there also they are reject, and then they thought, okay, we need money. Without money, there is no possible. That's why.
That's why in ISKCON, Vrindavan also, many brahmacharis are outside only, na?
Nowadays they are serving temple, but they are taking money. So what kind of service this? Even in Pujari.
Eh. In temple, how many are there inside?
I don't know exactly, but many Pujari.
Outside also, by many are there. Na?
And some are they live in outside and they come to serve in
Only service.
even so.
Because 50 years already over, na? Prabhupada time 50 years. So slowly, quality down hote jayega. It will become very down actually. Now these big gurus, they go even more. It will be more diluted. Because once these major leaders will go within 4 or 5 years, after Veena, that means after Anga left, then what happened to the whole society? Same will happen. Till the Anga was there, so everyone is happy. Then everyone will be.
Otherwise, complaint is go to Guru.
Yeah.
After Guru left, then it is
That's a very danger actually we are going to face.
After this generation, those will come as a leader, and others also they are not leader, but they are like a same fellow, same age, and they'll not follow them. Hey, I know you. You are taking the sannyasa right now. You are trying to control us. I know you. A few days ago, you were in my home, and you used to come for the money. I know that.
Yes.
Now you took the role of sannyasi, and because they will not give any value, because of this.
This will happen, Prabhu. In every time, acharyas when they leave, after a few times, so then like Bhakti Siddhanta left, and then once again that Gaudiya suffered for time. Then after some great acharya came, Prabhupada, and he made the changes. He brought that revolution in the society. So once again, this Prabhupada and his disciples when they leave, so then all are very new. That means very. So yeah, whatever you are saying, that's all are also non people, and then who listen whom actually. At least now, so closeness is there, na. So even in the family houses, families also. So when grandfather and he has having 4 sons, when grandfather was there, whole house is so much flourished, and 4 brothers are together and their children. And once grandfather gone, all 4 are divided. Even though they went, then everything is nothing actually. Working as a society will become very difficult because affection is less. Because among Guru Bhais also there is a big, so many groups. So at least since their Guru is there and that Guru is having the affection for Prabhupada, so that's why all those he is able to drive everyone's energy towards the organization. So now that Guru is not there, and his disciples all are many groups, and everyone will become leader, and everyone among one Guru also, under one Guru also, the disciples have the many opinions and many groups. It's a big, like without king, how the society will be, like that it will be a bit difficult to unite. Such an authoritative person, one person can bind. It's a very difficult. Such a person, it's very difficult to get now. So let us see, maybe. So we should be. This is very upcoming, very serious problem. Everyone will be now. Also, everyone is having their own center, and they follow all the rules and regulations, and they may not use the name of ISKCON, but they can start having their own centers. Peacefully, I can live. I cannot follow others' rules and regulations. So then, the integrity, bringing the integrity among the people, unity, is is a, is a is a difficult task in the coming days. 36. 35 is over. So what is that means people they started taking all this. Annam cha bhaiksha sampannam bunjanasya sarittate Mutrayanti cha papishtaha Shtivantyasya cha murdhani. When he was sitting on the bank of river, about to partake of the food that he had collected by his begging, such a sinful rascals would come and pass urine on it. देखिए. And they would dare to spit on his head. This. What? This is the thing they used to. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Even nowadays, also in the villages, they do like this only. Tirumala? They do, na? Yes. Like 1 second. By seeing the weak person, all people will get energy. Anyway, you will not do anything. Okay, play. Let's play with him. Yeah. यतवाचं वाचयन्ति ताडयन्ति न वक्ति चेत् तर्जयन्त्यपरे वाग्भिः स्तेनोऽयमिति वादिनः बध्नन्ति रज्ज्वा तं केचित् बध्यतामिति. Although he had taken a vow of silence, they would try to make him speak, and if he didn't speak, they would beat him with sticks. Others would chastise him, saying, "This man is just a thief." And others would bind him up with rope, shouting, "Tie him up, tie him up." Like this. क्षिपन्त्येकवजानन्त येष धर्मध्वजः शठः क्षीणवित्त इमां वृत्तिम् अग्रहीत् स्वजनोज्जितः. They would criticize and insult him, saying, "This man is just a hypocrite and a cheat. He makes a business of religion simply because he lost all his wealth and his family threw him out." अभी भीख मांग के करोड़पति बनना चाहते हैं. Like that they used to scold him. अहो एष महासारो धृतिमान् गिरिराडिवा मौनेन साधयत्यर्थं भगवद्दृढनिश्चयः इत्येके विहसन्त्येनं एके दुर्वातयन्ति च तं बबुन्धुर्निरुन्धुर् यथा क्रीडनकं द्विजम्. Some would ridicule him by saying, "Just to see this greatly powerful sage. He is as steadfast as the Himalaya mountains. By practice of silence, he strives for his goal with great determination, just like a duck." Huh? इधर duck लिखा है, इसमें बदल दिया. Baka. Baka means crane actually. Baka means crane it should be. Duck no. Actually crane will be meditating. On the one leg it is Bhako Dhyanam. Bhaka Dhyanam. The meditation of the crane is very powerful because very silent. Whenever that fish is there, so very maintain such a silence, and even a single drop of water will go because of it. If there is a little bit shake in the water, then fish will not come, and it is so completely it is meditating, steady. So that's why Baka means crane. Other persons would pass for air upon him, and sometimes others would bind this twice born Brahmana in chains and keep him captive like a pet animal. So that means Uddhava was asking how to tolerate all these things which are coming from the material world. As much as we go in spiritually, so definitely these kind of things should come. If these are coming means it's good, you are progressing. Eh? Eh? But it should happen now. एवं सबौतिकं दुःखं दैविकं दैहिकं च यत् भोक्तव्यामात्मनोदिष्टं प्राप्तं प्राप्तमबुध्यता. So Srila Prabhupada also went, na? So he was begging to the different people, so help me to go to West, and I want to do this, that, and yeah. But it's a great devotee's life. Definitely will be seeing like this. Prabhupada and he went there and no cooperation. Yes, 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 yes. Prabhupada also faced all these kind of things. He was single man. So today, if you take up challenging service, definitely you'll get these kind of things. But if you don't take up challenging service and happily sitting in Govardhan and happily reading Bhagavatam, only Kirtan and sitting in ISKCON Bhagavatam teaching is, then you will not get anything like this. When you go to the real field and there is challenging services there, then you will get. Yeah. Little bit I got. That means when I was in Banaras, horrible things. But anyway, so even that time student life is also very horrible life. It's okay. But now, but we should take that kind of services which are really very challenging. Then you'll get a lot of criticize and lot of insult, this, that. Then that will be good. That's why, because Krishna is saying one will become strong and detached. Like Sukunti Maharani is saying, difficulties are good for, so depending on the Krishna, dependency. Paribhuta imam gatham agaya 40. Okay. The Brahmana understood that all his suffering from other living beings, from the higher forces of nature, and from his own body was unavoidable, being allotted to him by providence. So he bared everything, is Brahmana. Paribhuta imam gatham agayata naradhamai patayadbhi swadharmastho dhrutimastaya sattvikim. Even while being insulted by these low-class men who are trying to affect his downfall, he remained steady in his spiritual duties. Fixing his resolution in the mode of goodness, he began to chant the following song. Dija uvacha nayam jano me sukha dukkha hetur na devatatma graha karma kala manah param karanamamananante samsara chakram parivartayedyat. The Brahmana said, these people are not the cause of my happiness and distress. Neither are the demigods, my own body, the planets, my past work, or time. Rather, it is the mind alone that causes happiness and distress and perpetuates the rotation of material life. कुछ है क्या? भिक्षु गीता बहुत है भाई. बड़ा बड़ा है सब. Till 57. Commentary is there. Swamiji. That's what. So dharmat patayadbihi paribhutah api satviki dhrutimastaya swadharma eva sthita imam vakshamanam gata maghayata satvika dhritischa dhritya yaya dharayate mana. So being determined in his resolute goal, so he is so simply singing this, nothing, yeah, is given here. पूरा करेंगे चलिए. So he is saying that mind is the cause for distress or happiness. Manogunan vai srujate baliyas tatascha karmani vilakshanani shlukani krishnanyatalohitani tebhya savarna srutayo bhavanti. The powerful mind actuates actuates the functions of the material modes from which evolve the different kinds of material activities in the modes of goodness, ignorance, and passion. From the activities in each of these modes develop the corresponding statuses, 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 no? Statuses of life. So the corresponding statuses of life. Thus, a powerful mind actuates the functions of material modes. That means mind is being influenced by the modes. Then what will happen? From which evolve the different kinds of the activities. So modes are influencing the mind. Because of that, we will be doing the different activities in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Then those will develop the next life. This is the point he's saying. Based upon that, we will be getting the next life. अनीह आत्मा मनसा समीहता हिरण्मयो मत्सक उद्विचेष्टे मनस्वलिंगं परिगृह्य कामान् जुषन् निबद्धो गुणसंगतोऽसौ. although present along with the struggling mind within the material body, the super soul is not endeavoring, because he is already endowed with transcendental enlightenment. Acting as my friend, he simply witnessed from his transcendental position. I, the infinitely small spirit soul, on the other hand, have embraced this mind, which is the mirror reflecting the image of the material world. Thus, I have become engaged in enjoying objects of desire and am entangled due to contact with the modes of nature. So, parivartana prakaramaha. So, aniha atma manasa samihata hiranmayo matsaka udvichaste manah swalingam parigruhya kaman jishan nibaddo gunasangato. So, Supreme Soul, Supreme Lord is sitting beside to the Atma, but he is not desiring anything and is simply witnessing everything, which is a mirror reflecting the image of the material world. So, mind being embraced by the mind, so which is the mirror of the reflecting image of the world. Thus, I have become engaged in enjoying objects. Paramatma is completely free from everything. He is not desiring anything, and Jivatma being so attached to the mind, doing the various things and getting the, so becoming attached to this material world. So parivartana prakaramaha manaha doshapurnepi kanaka kamadi कामिन्यादि वस्तुनि गुणान् सज्जते सृजति धनं विनाश कुतः धर्माः स्रक्चन्दन वनिताद्याः भोगाश्च कुतः सिद्ध्यन्ति तांश्च विना कुतः सुखमतः धनम् उपार्जनीयम् इति प्रथमं धनोपार्जने दोषेपि मनः एव प्रवर्तयति. How mind functions, he is explaining. Because This mind is being get affected by these modes. Are without money, without the girl, without this gold, how? That means first of all it is attached to all these, and without all these, how can we so live? That means for this we need money. So that's the first of all my point is. So my first target is earn money. Like that, mind will be dictating. Karmani. So that's why manaha eva pravartayati. That is, mind is forcing you to the different activities. Baliya ityare इत्यरे महान अर्थकृद धन कलत्र पुत्रादि कामिन कामित्या कामिन्यत स्वतो वा जनितं विवेकमपि नैव स गृह्णाति इति भावः कर्माणि मनः प्रवर्तितानि विलक्षणानि कानिचित् सात्विकानि कानिचित् तामसानि कानिचित् राजसानि च तु एकीभूतानि इत्यर्थः शुक्लान्. So like this it is going to do the so various kinds of the things, the activities, and getting attached to this. Danam swadharmo niyamo yamascha srutam cha karmani cha sadvratani sarve mano nigraha lakshananta purparo hi yogo manasas samadhi. Charity, prescribed duties, observance of major and minor regulative principles, hearing from scriptures, pious works, and purifying vows all have as their final aim the subduing of the mind. Indeed, concentration of the mind on the Supreme is the highest yoga. So these are all phase. All have the as their final aim. That's the goal of all these sattvic activities is controlling the mind. These are all meant for the controlling the mind. So ultimately that mind has to be fixed in the Lord. Samahitam yasya manah prashantam danadibih kim vada tasya krutyam asamyatam yasya mano vinasya danadibhischeda param kimebihi. If one's mind is perfectly fixed and pacified, then tell me, what need does one have to perform ritualistic charity and other pious rituals? All these rituals, activities, these good activities are meant for controlling the mind. And if one's mind remains uncontrolled, lost in ignorance, then of what use are these engagements for him? So then if one is completely uncontrolled, then there is no use. So that's why one's mind whose is not fully controlled, but he wants to control, then for them, these all activities, dana, charity, and so are useful. मनोवशेन्ये ह्यभवन् स्म देव मनस्य नान्यस्य वशं समेति भीष्मो हि देव सहसा सहीयान् युञ्ज्याद्वशेतं सहि देव देवः. All the senses have been under the control of the mind since time immemorial, and the mind himself never comes under the sway of any other. He is stronger than the strongest, and his godlike power is fearsome. Therefore, anyone who can bring the mind under the control becomes the master of all the senses. So it's very difficult to control the mind. So Avanti Brahmana is only focusing on the mind, actually mind. So that's why if one controls the mind, he is like a god. Uncontrolled mind is like an enemy. There are many problems. Tam durjayam shatrumasahya vegam aruntu maruntudam tanna vijitya kechit kurvantya satvigrahamatra martyair mitranyudasina ripun vimuda. Failing to conquer this irresponsible enemy, the mind who urges are intolerable and who torments the heart, many people are completely bewildered and create useless quarrel with others. Thus, they conclude that other people are either their friends, their enemies, or parties indifferent to them. Then they will make the groups. Some are in favor, some are not in favor. They are enemies, this and that, and like this. Okay, much philosophy is not there in the commentary. Also, just little explanation only. Okay. Deham mano matramimam gruhitya mamahamityandhadhiyo manushya yeshohamanyoyamiti brahmena duranta pare tamasi brahmanti. Persons who identify with this body, which is simply the product of the material mind, are blinded in their intelligence, thinking in terms of I and mine because of their illusion of this is I, but that is someone else. They wander in endless darkness. Just keep on this mind, this here, that, this, so much prapancha. Janastu hetu sukha dukkha yoschet kimatmanaschatra hi bhauma yostat jihvam kvachit sandashati swadadbis tadvedanayam katamaya kupyeta. If you say that these people are the cause of my happiness and distress, then where is the place of the soul in such a conception? This happiness and distress pertain not to the soul but to the interactions of material bodies. If someone bites his tongue with his own teeth, and whom can he become angry in his suffering? No, no, this is a common thing. In the villages or also in our country, among people also, all the countries also, they are making this is my enemy country, this is my friend country, this that. So thinking that people, they are really getting the happiness from the others. Movies, friendship, movies based upon friendship, movies based upon the love, movies based upon the family life, movies based upon the country. These are all. So that means they are showing what they are showing ultimately. If you have one Jan Jigari in your life, you are safe. One deep friend, Jan Jigari. There is a success. That is the real wealth. Someone's preaching is this. If you have such an understanding wife, then your whole life is completely beautiful. Huh? Jannat. Your life is like heaven. And if you have a son, such a son, so if you have such a son, so if you have a good son, your life is really a royal road. This is like a highway, no accident. So nice. That means they try to see the happiness in the others. Now Avanti Brahmana, what is saying? Where is the concept of soul in this? It is just interaction of the modes. By the interaction of the modes, where is the peace? So if you have good relatives को कमाना है, बंधुओं को कमाओ, फीड करो, बुलाओ, रेस्पेक्ट दे दो. This will make your life heaven. काय कुछ नहीं. So these are all expectations. We are searching for happiness in the different people, but so never actually. It's impossible. क्या है actually पूरा? Next. दुःखस्य हेतुर्यदि देवतास्तु किमात्मनस्तत्र विकारयोस्तत् यदङ्गमङ्गेन निहन्यते क्वचित् क्रुध्येत कस्मै पुरुषस्वदये. If you are not able to control your mind and if you are not dependent on yourself to get the peace, and if you try to see the peace from the different people, so then what will happen actually? Just you are biting your own tongue, and you are getting the pain. Then whom will blaspheme for this? Whom will beat? You beat yourself. If you don't control your mind and if you try to see the peace and happiness from others, through others, that's Atma Prabhu, what you will get? They'll simply suck your blood. Nothing. Everything is illusion. What is this? So, this is a fact actually. If you say that the demigods who rule the bodily senses cause suffering, still how can such suffering apply to the spirit soul? This acting and being acted upon are merely interactions of the changeable senses and their presiding deities. When one limb of the body attacks another, with whom can the person in that body be angry? If your hand is beating your chin, then whom you'll just break this hand, cut. So actually, what is these demigods? You are not able to control your mind, and you are saying that you are blaspheming the senses and sense controlling deities. Then what is this? Then whom you are so blaspheming, whom you are pointing. So his intention is one should control his mind and one should focus on his self. And you should not blame anyone in this whole world. And so that's why even my relatives, my friends, and these people, no one is cause for my misery, only my mind. So like this Brahmana fully determined and fully fixed in the absolute truth. That means he fully detached. No complaint, no guna dosha, no guna dosha. He's not seeing any dosha in anyone. No, this wing also they don't see any dosha. Atma yedisyat. I read this, na actually. I read Atma yedisya sukha dukkha hetu kimanyastatra nija swabhavah na hyatmanonyad yedi tanmrushasya krudyeta kasman na sukham na dukkham. If the soul himself were the cause of happiness and distress, then we could not blaspheme, we could not blame others, since happiness and distress would be simply the nature of the soul. According to this theory, nothing except the soul actually exists. And if we were to pursue something besides the soul, that would be illusion. Therefore, since happiness and distress don't actually exist in this concept, why become angry at oneself or others? So what he's saying here in the 52. आत्मा यदि स्यात् सुख दुख हेतु, ये थोड़ा सा कमेंट्री देखना है इसका. ये क्या है, मैच नहीं हो रहा है क्या? अच्छा ये नंबरिंग इज डिफरेंट. अच्छा 53 नहीं, इसमें 53 है, इसमें गया नंबर, इसीलिए मैच नहीं कर रहा था. आत्मा जीवात्मे वेति नहीष्ट कालोष्टादिकं नहि इष्टकालोष्टादिकं केन चिद्दुःखयितुं शक्यमतः जीवात्मनश्चेतनस्तु एव दुःखानुभव हेतुरिति चेत् तर्हि किम् अन्यथा इति अन्यः कथं दूषणे इत्यर्थः तत्र आत्मनि यज स्वभावः चैतन्यमेव सुखदुःखहेतुरित्यर्थः न हि तच्चैतन्य आत्मनः सकाशात् अन्यत् यदि च ततः अन्यदेव तर्हि तन्मतं मृष मिथ्यैव अज्ञानकल्पितम् इत्यर्थः. So तथा अस्य आत्मनः लोष्टादीनामिव न सुखं न च दुःखं स्यादतः कस्मात्. So actually what he's saying, Atma is the cause for Sukha Dukkha Hetu. So how Atma can be the cause for Sukha Dukkha? This is the point we should understand. So how? Actually Atma is completely a blissful, na? Is completely a, it's in the more in the bliss. So it's a Satchidananda Vigraha. So being Satchidananda Vigraha, how it can be the Hetu, cause for the Dukkham? Tell me. Why he is saying like this?
Because he overtake the position of mind. Because the distress and happiness is given by actually mind, but the soul is taking over in the place of mind.
Is entering into that.
Yeah. That's why he feel that. I mean, he imaging I am suffering or I am.
Then, but then he should say, Atma यदि स्यात् सुख दुःख हेतुः किम अन्यः तत्र निज स्वभावः न हि आत्मनः अन्यद् यदि तत्मृषा स्यात् क्रुध्यते कस्मात् न सुखम न दुःखम. So what he is saying, if the soul himself were the cause, if Atma itself is the cause for the happiness and distress, then we couldn't blame others, since happiness and distress would be simply by the nature of the soul. Happiness and distress are by the nature of the soul. What is this? How will we justify this? So how Atma is the cause for the Sukham and Dukkham? So that's why it is explained here. That's why I came to commentary actually. What Vishwanath Thakur is saying. So he is saying that Jivatmanah Chetanatvam eva Sukha Dukkha Anubhava Hetuhu. Chetanatvam, that's since now you are feeling Sukham or Dukkham, that feeling, for that you need Chetana. This book will not, or this pen will not feel any, even if you keep in the fire, so this pen marker, it will not feel anything because there is no Chetanatvam. So Chetana is not there in this. But if our body is kept in the fire, then we'll feel, because the Chetana of the Atma is really the cause to feel this. That's why in this way Atma is the cause for the Sukham and Dukkham. This is the point he's saying. Okay. Atma only. So if that is, so that's why in this way Atma is a cause for the Sukham and Dukkham. Nahi tat chaitanyam atmanah sakashat anyad yadicha tatah anyad tarihi anyadeva tarihi tanmatam mrusha. If you say Chetana is not belong to the Atma, and if it is because of this something, then that something is also is not correct actually. Mithya eva agnana kalpitam ityartha. Tatha asya atmanah loshtadinamiva na sukham na cha dukkham syat. So that's why Atma, how it should become? It should become like the stone. Stone is not having any pain and any pleasure. So ityatah kasmad hetoh krudyate. So that's why nahi atmanah anyad yati tanmrsha syat krudyate kasmat na sukham na dukkham. That means according to this theory, nothing except the soul actually exists. And if we were to perceive something besides the soul, that would be illusion. So therefore, since happiness and distress don't actually exist in this concept, so why become angry at oneself or others? What is he saying? If other than the Atma something is there and that is the cause for the Sukham and Dukkham, then that is Mrusha. Then that is Mrusha. Nahi tat chaitanyam atmanah sakashat anyad edicha tatah anyadeva tarihi tanmatam Mrusha mithya eva. Apart from the Atma, if something is there and that is the cause for the happiness and distress, then this kind of conception, this kind of theory is mithya, is saying. This is completely ajnana kalpitam. Tatha asya atmanah, then what will happen? That Atma is, if access something is cause for the sukham and dukkham, then Atma will become like Loshta. Loshtadi namiva na sukham na cha dukkham syad. So then Atma is like a stone. Then why you have to get angry? Point is like this. If you take Atma as the cause for the sukham and dukkham, then whom you should blame? You should not blame anyone. If you consider other than the Atma, something is the cause for the sukham dukkham, then this Atma is like a stone. Then being a stone, so why you have to get angry? Huh? Point, दोनों जगह से फंसा दे रहे हैं actually. Brahman, what is saying? Atma यदि स्यात् सुख दुःख हेतु किम अन्यतः तत्र. If Atma is the cause for this sukham and dukkham, then why Atma has to, that means why you have to blame others? Okay? If that is, there is no need to blame anyone. Come to the next optional. If Atma is not the cause, other than the Atma, something is the cause for the sukham dukkham, then in that case, Atma is like what? Is like a jada padartha. It is not, it doesn't have any sukham and dukkham. Then you should not get any anger also. Your Atma, you should not get any anger. So that's why in that case also, you should not get any anger. Aya? Tirumala? This is the Atma, okay? First step, okay? It is having the consciousness. Because of this consciousness only, so it is, this Atma is cause for happiness and distress. तिरुमला का आंग इधर इधर उधर जाए. जागो, सुबह से जागा नहीं, सोया नहीं आज. जागो जागो बाबू, जागो जागो जागो. So Atma, soul is the cause. Since soul is cause for happiness and distress through its consciousness, Chetanatvam. This Chetanatvam is going everywhere, and that's why it is feeling good and bad, or happy and distress. Now, apart from the Atma, so if you consider something here, something is, this is something. If this is the cause, if this is the cause, if this is the cause for, this is the cause for happiness and distress, then what is the role of this? Sukham Dukkham is happening only for this. It is not having any Sukham Dukkham. Yes? Then it is, then soul, then soul should not have any happiness or distress. Soul is like a jada. Because this is cause, na? Then who you are this. You means you, I means this. You, person means this. So then such a soul, why it should get angry? Why it should get angry? It should not get, no? It should not have any reactions. Everything should happen here only. Got? Because this role is actually like a jada padartha. You are this. That means you should not get angry also. You should not get angry also. आया नहीं है? ये समझ में आया? पर फुट में पढ़ना है क्या? ये आया या नहीं? ये बाबा जी समझा रहे हैं. बोलने की है कि जब आत्मा ही का ही एक जड़ पदार्थ के जैसा आप रोल देंगे, दूसरा ही कारण है, तब तो आत्मा को क्या जरूरत है? आत्मा को अभी दुखी होने का क्या जरूरत है? आत्मा को क्रोध क्यों आना चाहिए? क्रोध भी नहीं आना चाहिए. बिकॉज क्यों? जड़ है, वो तो जड़ जैसा है. उसके लिए कोई सुख नहीं, दुख नहीं, कोई क्रोध भी नहीं रहेगा. जो भी क्रोध आना चाहिए तो वो दूसरा जो कारण है वही होगा. आप निश्चिंत रहो. ऐसा बात समझ रहे हैं? मैंने ये नहीं तो ये, मैंने दोनों केस में यू कैन नॉट ब्लेम एनीवन. यू कैन नॉट ब्लेम एनीवन. चलो ओके. That means anyat, this is the cause and this is what we are not able to define. Then this is ajnana kritam or mrusha, whatever you take it, and that is only the cause for everything. Then atma is Suddha Brahma, is completely no feeling, no sensation. Like in the case of Advaitins, we are using the concept of Advaitins. So that means Ajnanam is the cause for the pleasure and pain, their point. And Suddha Brahma is nothing but Atma or Suddha Brahma is not having any role of having pain and pleasure, and also no anger. So that is the point he is mentioning. Yes. Because if you are giving the role for Atma, what kind of role? So if you are giving the role that's like a passive role to the Atma, then in that case, then we should not get the angry also. If you give active role, that means you consider Chetana is the cause, then also you cannot blame others. That is you only. Aya Mataji, Ram Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, the concept is very clear in both the terms.
Yeah. Next, 53. Graha nimittam sukha dukkayosche kimatmano jasya janasya te vai grahair grahasyaiva vadanti pidam krudyeta kasmai purushastatonya. But if we examine the hypothesis that the planets are the immediate cause of suffering and happiness, then also where is the relationship with the soul who is eternal? After all, the effect of planets applies only to things that have taken birth. Expert astrologers have moreover explained how the planets are only causing pain to each other. Therefore, since the living entity is distinct from these planets and from material body, against whom should he revent his anger? If you think, if you think planets are the cause, according to the astrology, Jyotirvidaha, that means so Jyotish. So then what? Then you don't need to blame yourself, blame to anyone. Planets, they are having effect on this, and Atma is completely aloof. And then whom we should blame? Therefore, since the living entity is distinct from all these planets and from the body, again, that means planets can have their effect on those things which have taken birth, but Atma didn't took a birth. So that's why, being you are an Atma, you should not get any anger or anything, because planets are also cause for the distress and pleasure. So their effect is there on the produced things. So, but you are not produced. That means they don't have any effect on you, and that's why they are not doing any harm to you. And so then in that case, how can you blame anyone? How can you blame anyone? Since the living entity is distinct from these planets and from the material body, against whom should he revent his anger? ग्रह पक्षे अपि अजस्य अजन्मनः किम यतः जन्यते इति जनः देहः तस्यैव ते जन्मलग्नापेक्षया द्वादशाष्टमादि राशिस्ता तद्दुःखनिमित्तं भवन्ति किंचित् किंच अंतरिक्षस्थितैः ग्रहैः तत्र तस्य ग्रहस्यैव पादार्थ दृष्ट्यादि भेदैः पीडां वदन्ति ज्योतिर्विदः न तु ग्रहकोणादिस्थितस्य ग्रह दृष्ट्यागोचरस्य ग्रहदृष्ट्यागोचरस्य पुरुषस्य अतः ग्रहगतैव पीडता लग्न नोत्पन्ने देहे भवति इति पुरुषः तु आत्मा तु ततः देहात् अन्यः. So thus Jyotish will work on only body which is visible, but Jyotish will not function on the Atma, and they are creating the pain also only for the body, and you are not that body and you are Atma. Then why you have to blame anyone? कर्मास्तु हेतु सुख दुःख योश्चेत् किमात्मनस्तद्धि जडा जडत्वे देहस्त्वचित् पुरुषोऽयं सपर्ण कृद्येत कस्मै नहि कर्म मूलम्. If you assume that fruitive work is the cause of happiness and distress, we still are not dealing with the soul. The idea of material work arises when there is a spiritual actor who is a conscious and material body that undergoes the transformation of happiness and distress as a reaction to such work. Since the body has no life, it cannot be actual recipient of the happiness and distress, nor can the soul, who is ultimately completely spiritual and aloof from the material body. Since karma thus has no ultimate basis in either the body or the soul, and whom can one become angry? तो किसको प्रति क्रोधित हो सकते हैं? So here what is said? Karmastu hetu. If you say karma is the cause for the sukha dukkha, karma tu hetu sukha dukkhayoho chet kim atmanah. Then in that case, then what is the, so we are not dealing with the soul. So kim atmanah tad jada jadatve deha कर्म हेतुश्चेद अस्तु इत् असूयोपगमः कर्मैव न संभवेत् कुतः तद् हेतुत्वम् इत्याह तत्कर्म ही इष्मद् एकस्य जडाजडत्वे सति संभवेत् जडत्वाद् विकारित्वोपपत्तेः अजडत्वाद् हितानुसंधानतः प्रवृत्ति संभवात्. What is that? अचित्ता अचित् जडो देहः पुरुषस्तु सुपर्णः शुद्ध चैतन्य रूपः न च शुद्ध चैतन्यस्य जडदेहेन शुद्ध तेजसस्तमससे तमसा इव साहित्यं स्यात्. So अतः कस्मै कृत्यते यतः कर्मैव नास्ति. If karma is the cause for the sukha dukkha, then what? And the soul is completely ajada and it is the jada, and there is no relation between these two. Then whom will blaspheme? There has to achit. Then whom will blaspheme? This because of karma, sukha dukkha are coming, and where karma is jada and soul is ajada, there is no connection between these two. Then you are the soul. Then whom you will blame? You don't have any connection with the karma because you are completely different from the karma. Don't summon, no relationship. So that's why. कालस्तु हेतु सुख दुःख योश्चेत् किमात्मनस्तत्र तदात्मकोऽसौ नाग्नेरितापो तस्य तस्यात् कृद्येत कस्मै न परस्य द्वन्द्वम्. If we accept time as the cause of happiness and distress, that experience still cannot apply to the spirit soul. Since time is an manifestation of Lord's spiritual potency and the living entities are also expansions of the Lord's spiritual potency manifesting through time. Certainly a fire doesn't burn its own flames or sparks, nor does the cold harm its own snowflakes or hail. In fact, the spirit soul is transcendental and beyond the experience of material happiness and distress, at whom therefore should one become hungry. If you take Kala as the Hetu, but Kala is what? Kala is the Hetu for Sukha and Dukkha, then that experience still cannot apply to the spirit soul. Kala is different and spirit soul is different. Time is manifestation of Lord's spiritual potency. And the living entities are also expansions. So Kala is also Chit. That means Chit means his spiritual potency. He is taking like this. Jivatma is also spiritual potency. So आग आग को जला सकती है क्या? नहीं. Spiritual potency को जला सकती है क्या? नहीं. Like this. The fire doesn't burn its own flames or sparks, nor does the cold harm its own snow. Like this. न केनचित् क्वापि कथं च न स्याद्वन्द्वो पराग परतः परस्य यथाहमसंसृतिरूपिणः स्यात् एवं प्रबुद्धो न विवेति bhutaihi. Like this, the false ego gives shape to illusory material existence and thus experience material happiness and distress. The spirit soul, however, is transcendental to material nature. He can never actually be affected by the material happiness and distress in any place, under any circumstance, or by the grace of any person. A person who understands this has nothing whatsoever to fear from the material creation. So that's why, yeah, one should not get bewildered by this. So because there is no connection with the pain and pleasure. एवं स आस्थाय परमात्मनिष्ठाम् अध्यासितं पूर्वतमैर्महर्षिभिः अहं तरिष्यामि दुरन्तपारं तमो मुकुन्दाङ्घ्रिनिषेवयै. I shall cross over the insurmountable ocean of the science by being firmly fixed in the service of the lotus feet of the Krishna. This was approved by the previous acharyas who were fixed in firm devotion to the Lord Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then finally, so he is coming to the in surrenderance to the Lord. What he is saying here, evam sa astaya paramatmanishtham adhyasitam. But that means finally he is detaching himself from everything and he should have nishtha in Paramatma. So Paramatma Nishtam Adhyasitam Purva Tamaihi Maharshibhihi Aham Tarishyami Durantaparam Tamo Mukundangri Nishevayaiva. Now in this ladder, मुझे भी नींद आ रहा है आप सब लोगों को देख के. पानी पानी पी लीजिए, नींद कम होगा. अभी देखिए अध्यक्ष अभी आए. अध्यक्ष को केम नाउ. अभी 4 श्लोक है, पूरा करके चले जाएंगे. What? No, you are sleeping and we are taking pain. Yeah, that is good. Dhritatma Prabhu is also getting a lot of sleep, struggling. लिख रहे हैं. अच्छा. तदेवं षडयेते हेतवः प्रसिद्धाः निरस्ताः. That means time, karma, demigods, planets. These are all not the hetus. यदि कश्चित् हेत्वन्तरम् उद्भावयेत् तदपि वस्तु वस्तु महिमापेक्षयैव न संभवति इत्याह न केनचिदपि. न अपरोक्षः कथम् अपहृयते तत्राहयते इति. So संस्कृतिम् अविद्यमानाम् एव रूपयति प्रकाशयति इति. तथा तस्य अहंकारस्य यथा द्वंद्व संबंधः स्यात् न तथा परतः प्रकृतेः परमात्मनः अहंकार निमित्त असौ न वास्तवः इत्यर्थः. एवं प्रबुद्धः विवेकी यः सः भूतः कृत्वा न विवेति. So अतः अहमपि तथैव परमात्मनिष्ठतया तरिष्यामि इत्याह. एतामिति सोऽहम् अन्वयः. ननु इयं निष्ठैव कथं भवेत् तदाह मुकुन्देति. This what kind of shloka this is? Now he is completely getting the detachment. That means he is here, completely getting the detachment and got the detachment, and he realized no one is hetu, and he is fixing himself on the. That means on what? What is written? He is fixing on. क्या लिखे translation में? बोलिए. एताम सा आस्ताय. That means his mind is not going on outside. He is not blaming anyone. That means he is not at all blaming now any outside person is a cause for his pleasure and pain. That means he completely controlled his mind. That means it is what? It is pratyahara. Completely control his mind or not. And what he is doing then after that with that controlled mind? Where he is fixing? Huh? Paratmanishta means Paramatma. He is fixing his mind on Paramatma. On Paramatma. That means it is dharana. Yes. Then to get the steadiness, what he is doing? Huh? To get fixing on that Paramatma, what is need? Yoga. This fixing mind on the Paramatma is yoga. So yoga also needs bhakti or not? Some sort of bhakti. So that's why he's bhakti, he's also there. That is Mukundangri. Mukundangri Nishevaya. So this bhakti is, so Vishwanath is writing. So because of this bhakti, so he is able to fix his mind on Paramatma. Without support of bhakti, one cannot. Even one cannot fix mind on the Brahman, or also yogi cannot fix on the. So some kind of sort of devotion activity. That means they do this devotion, service to the Krishna as a limb of yoga. Then it is Bhakti Misra yoga. So we have seen many ways to bring out our mind, control the mind. Many ways we have seen in the 10th chapter also we have seen. Different ways we have seen or not. So in the previous chapters, how to control the mind. So here Avanti Brahmana is also saying some different techniques. How to, that means control your mind slowly, slowly. That he said. This. भक्ति कुछ नहीं, फरमान फिक्स कर रहे हैं बस. He got that kind of association. हाँ तो क्या हो गया? So who were fixed in firm devotion to the Lord Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of God. So I shall cross over the insurmountable ocean of nescience by being firmly fixed in the service of the Lord. This was approved by the previous acharyas. Here Kalika, actually Vishwanath. So here not Sridhar Swami. Ahamapi tathaiva paramatma nishtitaya tarishyami etamiti. That means Sah ahamapi nanu iyam nishtha eva khatam bhavet. Then that means finally he winded up everything. His mind is controlled. Then after that Paramatma nishtha. That means he is fixing his mind on Paramatma. But how it is possible? Khatam bhavet? Mukundangri sevaya. By the bhakti. That means bhakti is used here to fix mind on the Paramatma. Then this bhakti is Gauna. Yoga Misra? Okay. So here bhakti is used to just to fix mind on the Paramatma. According to Swamiji this is. But Baba, what he said? ठीक है, बाबा जी बोल रहे विश्वनाथ बाबा. So यदि कश्चित हेत्वंतरम उद्भवे तदपि वस्तुमहि 57 ना प्रभु. ततश्च विघ्नस्थगिता प्राग भवीया शुद्धा मद्भक्ति मनसि प्रादुर्भूतायां च तस्यां स्वस्य संन्यासं द्वंद्व सहनोपायम उक्त लक्षणम एतावन्तं विचारं च अवधारयन् मच्चरण निषेवया अमृत सिंधु निमग्न उच्चैः नृत्यन् सहर्षाटोपमः एतामिति सह अहम इत्यन्वय परमात्मनिष्ठां देहदैहिकाभिमान्येभ्यः परः शुद्धः य आत्मा जीवः तस्य निष्ठां विचारितलक्षणं स्वरूपं केवलम् आस्थाय इति परमात्मनिष्ठायामेव तस्यां मम मीन्स ईशत् स्थितिमात्रमेव. सो तमः संसारं तु सेवयैव तरिष्यामि न तु अन्य इत्यर्थः. एवकारात् लभ्यते ननु तर्हि परमात्मनिष्ठां स्थितिमात्रामपि किं करोषि तत्राह पूर्वतमैः प्राचीनैः adhyasitam iti. What is said here? Tasya vignasthagita. Acha, actually, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying another way. So how he is taking? So he is saying that. So this, that means aham tarishyami duranta param tamo mukundangri nishevayeva. Etam sa asthaya paramatma nishtam adhyasitam purvatamaihi sumaharshibhi. So how he is taking? That means by Paramatma, by the Nishtha in Paramatma. So how I can control my mind, and I don't want to. That means that means I don't want to do this. I will so control everything by the service to the Mukunda. So like this, na anyat here, natu anaya ityartha. Not by the nishtha in the Paramatma I am going to. So that means I am going to cross this material ocean, but I will be crossing this material ocean by the service to the Mukunda. So like this he took actually. He just went to the completely different to the our previous, that means Sridhar Swami. It comes under pure devotion. Tatasya tasya vignasthagita pragbhaviya shuddha bhaktir manasi pradurbhuta. That means how he is taking, he has pure devotion, but because of some obstacles it was struck, and now it reappeared. Pradurbhuta. Pradurbhutayam cha, when it appeared, tasyam swasya sanyasam dvandva sahanopayam ukta lakshanam etavantam vicharam cha avadharayan macharana. So that means then once that Shuddha Bhakti appeared in his heart, then he is thinking about himself. What I am doing? That means sannyasi, being a sannyasi, is just doing the vichara. That means sannyasis, how they control their mind? Through the vichara. Yes? Through the mental speculation, through the contemplation. So then why I am doing this? That means dvandva sahanopayam ukta lakshanam etavantam vicharam cha avadharayan. That means he is remembering all this. That means this this Brahman. So thinking now, Are, with this kind of so vichara, or contemplation I am trying to control my mind? What is this? Because now in his heart Suddha Bhakti awaken. So what is this? So avadharayan, but by service to the Lord at the lotus feet, by service to the Lord's lotus feet itself, amrita sindhum nimagnam. So that means nimagnan, that means he's remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. Just by the service to the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, that means I can cross this. Not by the nishtha on the Paramatma. And so when he remembers the lotus feet of the Lord, he is diving in the ocean of bliss, and he is dancing. And what is the use of this kind of contemplation? I don't need. And I do just the service to the lotus feet of the Lord. And I am happy. And I don't use this Paramatma nishtha. Natu anaya. So this is the way Vishwanath Babaji always brings the pure devotion out like this. But Swamiji, how he took? He, like this, he is thinking vichara, and finally he tried to fix his mind on the Paramatma with the help of that is regular. That's Jnanis. That's just depends upon the type of association. That Brahmana got the good association. Till now, that Suddha Bhakti is because of the offenses. What will happen? Your Suddha Bhakti is hidden. Once you got the sufficient suffering for those offenses, then once again that effect of offenses will go down. Then one will be feeling back the pure devotion, and then he'll come to ecstasy. And in that ecstasy, he can say like this. Ityardha evakarat labhyate. So this method, who said? That means Paramatma nishtha is not so useful, but service to the lotus feet of the Lord is only the best solution to come out from this, to cross this middle ocean. Who said? Who said this? Purvatamaihi maharshibhi eva. It is said by previous sages. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So far in these verses, we saw the analytical way of how Avanti Brahmana is actually expressing the cause of his suffering. And then he's also analyzing very clearly like a Jnani, stating that this is not the reason, this is not the reason. And he has put himself, he himself is the reason as an Atma. And now at this particular stage, he says that by having understood his position, because of the Purvatamatir Maharshibhihi, so that means he is accepting some kind of an association. That is, he has reached the stage of a Jivan Mukta, and from there he is coming down through this association towards the Ananya Bhakti. Is that how we should understand here?
Here actually, what is said? Tatasya tasya vignastagita pragbhaviva suddha bhakti. That means because of the vignas, because of the some offenses, his suddha bhakti was stopped. He was having.
So that means
He was having that suddha bhakti because of some offenses. So he undergone till now. So some kind of suffering. And he also started following. So that means it's Gnani's path. And now that vignas are, that means now those are finished because he got the suffering. He already got the suffering, and that offense, maybe whatever Vigna means here in the case of Suddha Bhakti, what is that? Offense only. And now the influence of offenses can be reduced by the suffering also. But offenses will not be reduced, finished, but influence of offenses will be reduced. So then what will happen now? So once the influence of the offenses is gone, then Suddha Bhakti, whatever was there previously, it will Pradurbhuta. Manasi Pradurbhuta. Once again it came. Aricha, मैं क्या कर रहा हूं? This Paramatma Nishta is not right. And I will do. So the whatever approved by the previous sages, that's Suddha Bhakti, serving the lotus feet of the Lord. That only I will follow.
This has been the expression of his realization. So from the stage of his reaching the topmost position of understanding as a Jivan Mukta, following the Jnana Marga, he comes to the Ananya Bhakti stage. Is that how we should understand here? Because you are saying that Pradurbhava, previously he was as a Shuddha Bhakti.
Pragbhaviya means previously it was there.
Yes. So since
But
it was,
Vignastagita, that is stopped because of some offenses.
so that could be in this life or a previous life. That is not exactly accounted.
Yeah, that's
But
not.
it is said. So he has come to the stage in the realization that he is following a pure devotional service previously also.
But that stopped, and in between he went here and there, and then once again he came back.
Yeah. So his taking shelter of the bhakti was not to merge into Brahman or Paramatma,
No.
but to take shelter of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet.
Yeah, this is the explanation of Vishwanath ji.
Yeah. So, so should we take both these rasas together and continue with Avanti Brahmana? That's how we should understand.
So Sridhar Swami is saying in normal way only.
Yes.
After that, so once one is getting the fully controlled mind, pratyahara, then what they will do? Dharana.
Yes.
It means fixing mind on the Paramatma. For that, they need help of Bhakti. So that's why Bhakti is the helper here. Then it is a Bhakti Mishra Yoga.
So what was the ultimate destination that Avanti Brahmana reached? In the next few verses, we'll be able to know.
No, it will go parallelly only like this. Any incident in this Bhagavatam, any episode of the Bhagavatam can be analyzed without breaking the principles of Bhakti. And that is having, you have freedom of that. So what is really, I want to see Avanti Brahmana, where he went. Are thousands of Avanti Brahmanas came. Which Avanti Brahmana you are speaking? In every yuga there is Avanti Brahmana. Can you say everyone happened same thing?
So we should safely conclude that both these methods could be adapted, and that's how they could attain the success.
Yes.
Okay,
Acharyas are giving the various millions, thousands, and even in future also Avanti Brahmanas will come in that role. And he may do Siddha Bhakti, he may go with the Paramatma Nishta and go to get the liberation.
Perfect. So this actually resolves all kinds of conflicts. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, bro. Okay, 58. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Nirvidya Nashta Dravino Gata Klama Pravrajagam Paryatamana Yitham Nirakruto Sadbirapi Swadharma Akampito Munirahagatham. One point actually. So when they maintain the two parallel tracks like Swamiji and Babaji, so they will maintain that same thing. They will not come and merge. If he's saying like a pure devotion is establishing, you will speak like that only. And even ending also. And he will be going like this. That means they will never come to the one point. No overlap. Then it will be difficult, na then.
Yeah. And sometimes we see Vishwanath Chakravarti taking some inspiration of the bhakti aspect of it from Sridhar Swami, and then also he explains it like that.
Yeah, it's everyone can write. Even you all also can write. You all write the commentary on Bhagavatam, relishment, where there should not be any break in the principles of bhakti. On any episode you take,
This is very nice that you're actually helping us to analyze it. Every single verse with respect to both the sides of the paths of
Yeah, yeah.
jnana as well as bhakti.
Yeah,
So
if
kind of you.
if we learn, Prabhu, that diagram,
Yeah.
we can easily learn after few days. If you read all the commentaries, so one time, once again, so of all the commentaries of, that means at least 2-3 commentaries of these all slokas,
Yeah.
then you will become very clear of this. That means the exercising of those methods, techniques. Then you will be feeling so, that means clear and comfortable. Even the same thing we can apply for our life also. Then our brain will be fully trained, our consciousness is trained to that, then you will be able to do pure bhakti. Otherwise you will not know also whether you are doing pure devotion or not, because of consciousness is not in that level actually, if you are not able to exercise like that. So that's why these many stories again and again in the Bhagavatam, why these are all coming, because they are making you to learn actually, learn the different paths and try to fix on the ultimate path, that is Ananya Bhakti. If you don't know what paths you should not follow, then you cannot also function. Then you may think that you are applying the principles of Jnana to control mind and thinking that you are doing the Ananya Bhakti. And you will be also speaking very proudly and very boldly in front of everyone, this is the Bhakti, and thinking it's Ananya Bhakti. Then, no, actually. Oh, this body is a lump of flesh, this, that, it's bones. And analyzing the each and every, that's tattva actually, or analyzing like tattva, then it is gnana. And if you try to control through that, how hard it is. So that's the example Avanti. So he tried to control, then he shifted. I will not do this. To went to Ananya Bhakti. Yes. You can give this example, and otherwise he continued. Sridhar Swami is saying like that. You can go with anyway.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur doesn't want anybody to follow something else other than Shuddha Bhakti. That's why
Yeah, he
comes to
always
the
push
conclusions like that.
towards Shuddha Bhakti. He is a follower of Rupa Goswami. He is cutter follower. Vishwanath.
Yeah, it's really very relishable.
But Jiva Goswami is an analyzer actually. He analyzes and he will all the nuts and
Incarnation of Rupa Goswami.
I don't know, bro.
I heard this.
I don't know, but
Vishwanath, the incarnation of Rupa Goswami.
he is a very clearly we see very less he follows Jiva Goswami actually. His commentary never touches. He never touches his ideas, and he always put forward the Rupa Goswami's ideas, and also all books actually on the Chaitanya, on the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He commented Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu, and Laghu Bhagavatamritam Kanika, and Ujjwal Nelamani, Laghu Bhag. Sorry, so on Laghu Bhagavatamritam also he commented, na Vishwanath. Kana. Laghu Bhagavatamritam Kana, and also on, especially he commented on the books of Rupa. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commented on the books of the Rupa Goswami. ऐसा नहीं, सब रसिक ही है. You don't blame them. Everyone is Rasika. All Gaudiya Vaishnavas are Rasika, and Jiva Goswami is the highest Rasika, one of them. He's a Gopal Champu. He wrote. He's a great poet. Don't undermine him actually.
It is simply the kind of Vama Bhava and Dakshina Bhava. That's all.
But he, for the sake of benefit of all these entire Kumatis will come in the future, to correct them. So he came to the platform of philosophy and he explained. But he is a great Rasika devotee actually. But all are Rasikas. All are Rasikas only. They want Krishna Prem only. They are all Ragatmika Bhaktas only. They're all great. Yes. Lord Krishna said, thus becoming detached from the loss of his property, this sage gave up his moroseness. He left home, taking sannyas, and began to travel about the earth. Even when insulted by foolish rascals, he remained unsweared from his duty and chanted this song. So that means whatever this song, this he is repeating, and he's fully detached from the house. So keep on singing this song. So he further continued. So 58, 59. Na? Kadaryopakhyanam tasya akhyanothapana prayojanam chaha sloka dvayane nivedyati. So the falsity of this Akhyanam we are going to see. So like this, that means Krishna is saying like this Brahmana, so completely detached from the house and continued. Next what? 59. Sukha dukkha prado nanya purushasyatma vibramaha mitro dasina ripavaha samsarastamasa krutaha. No other force besides his own mental confusion makes the soul experience happiness and distress. His perception of friends, neutral parties, and enemies, and the whole material life he builds around this perception are simply created out of ignorance. This is the phala actually. This is because of ignorance. Atma vibramaha iti panchamyadde prathama. Atma vibramad anya. Because of the not having the proper atma gnanam. So that's why he is making illusion, because of all of illusion. So he is making this material enemies, this, that, everything. Tasmat sarvatmana tata nigruhana manodhiya maya veshitaya yukta yetavan yoga sangraha. My dear Uddhava, fixing your intelligence on me, you should thus completely control the mind. This is the essence of the science of the yoga. This is the question he asked. How to? So tolerate the insults coming from various people in the path of spiritual life. So this is the way Avanti Brahmana did. Ukta Dandva Sahanopayam Upasamharati. This Sahanopayam means tolerance, tolerating all this. Upayam is finished. In this way, by fixing on the Lord, one can. Yayetam bhikshuna gitam brahmanishtam samahitaha dharayan chavayan shrinvan dvandve naiva vibhuyate. Anyone who listens to or recites the others this song of sannyasi, which presents a scientific knowledge of the absolute, and who thus meditate upon it with full attention, will never again be overwhelmed by the dualities of material happiness and distress. Okay, this is the result. You will be completely free from dualities by this. By meditating on this Gita. The Vaishnava sannyasi took shelter of the devotional service of the Lord and thus could overcome the illusory potency of his worshipful object, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He himself meditated upon and heard this song and also taught it to others. Having received the Lord's mercy, he enlightened the other conditioned souls with the transcendental intelligence so that they could also follow in the footsteps of devotees of the Lord. Religion actually means to become a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord in loving service. Those who are trying to enjoy the material world or merely renounce it to avoid personal inconvenience cannot actually understand love of Godhead, in which the only objective is the satisfaction of the Lord. So ultimately, our humble servants of His divine grace also followed the Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary, and finally, so they are also saying because of the pure devotion, he is able to control all his senses, and this is the path he followed. Like that, followed the commentary of Vishwanath. That's why this is a part of the pure devotion. This chapter also. Thus end the purports of the humble servants of these divine graces, Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada to the 11th canto, 23rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavata, entitled The Song of Avanti Brahmana. Thank you very much. हाँ? नहीं, आगे नहीं बोलेंगे, इतना ही अच्छा. क्या है? 24 for tomorrow class will be there.
Evening, 6 to 9.
6 to 9. I have Vedanta Sutra class. Same timing. Why 6 to 9? Same time is 1 o'clock is okay. Ramakrishna Prabhu, or he is saying Ramakrishna Prabhu is saying 1:30.
Yes, Prabhu. A half an hour delay will be good for me tomorrow.
If we start 1 o'clock, he will come by 1:30 actually. He is asking to start 1:30. Huh? 1:30 to 4. नहीं इतना नहीं कर पाएंगे क्योंकि मेरा और भी क्लास है शाम को, उसका भी घिसना है 3 घंटा. किसने मैंने पढ़ना पड़ता है उसके लिए भी, और बोलना पड़ता है 2-2.5 घंटा उसमें भी. इधर 3 घंटा कर देंगे तो उधर आउट हो जाएंगे. नेक्स्ट चैप्टर इज वेरी स्मॉल चैप्टर, 29 श्लोक है, उसको फिनिश कर देंगे और बस चैप्टर क्लोज कर देंगे. 24 को, 24 छोटा चैप्टर एक्चुअली, और 25 that is one day only we will go with one. Sunday we will do this. 25 we will do on Sunday. So then how many are there? 6. 6 we will do on the 6 days of that week. Next week. Finish. That means next Saturday we will finish. Next Saturday is 23rd. Then after that 1 more week is there. Then 12th canto. 1 week. 6 days. Saturday also if you include, 6 days you'll get. Then 12th canto, 6 days. Okay, thank you very much, Prabhupada ki jai.